if it's not your favourite shiny, I don't know what you're doing with your life, to be honest. It's just so good. I've recorded this audio 3 times. The first time I recorded it was in December. I was still recovering from COVID and it sounded atrocious. I've spent most of this evening trying to piece it together and make it work, and I've decided to scrap it, and I just recorded a second lot and the microphone wasn't plugged in. So that's fantastic, and here we go, 3rd time lucky, I hope. I moved house about 2 years ago, and at my old house I had a 3DS capture card and it worked perfectly fine. I moved house and then for some reason it just wouldn't work. I've been trying to get it fixed. I've been trying to fix it myself. I was trying all kinds of different things. I was trying to find somebody that I could send it to, but not many people actually fix them anymore. And then one day, I don't know what I did, and it started working again. And that was 2 days after finding all these shinies. Of course it was. It was never going to be beforehand, was it? So any 3DS footage that you see here was taken afterwards, because the majority of this, when I found the shinies, I had to whip out my phone and try to film it as shakily as I could. That is not easy to do, and I was in 2 minds about using it, but it shows the captures, and I thought, no, I'm going to do it. I don't really want to try and find them again on the capture card that's working, do I? In October, I got really sick with COVID, and when I say sick, I've had flu 2 or 3 times in my life, and this absolutely wiped the floor with it. I was too sick to even sleep. It was horrendous. I couldn't do anything. So I didn't actually have my Spooktober spooky season shiny hunting that I'd planned for, annoyingly. But that's just life, isn't it? When I started to feel a little bit better, I decided to pick up my 3DS and shiny hunt from the comfort of the living room. When I picked my console up, I was on Route 15 and Route 16, Runway and Melancholy Path. So I decided to stay there and see what I could find. There's some good ghost types there, so let's have a look. I jokingly said to my partner, "Shall we see if we can find a shiny?" He looks at me and sort of goes, not going to happen. You're not going to find one that quickly. I mean, it would be nice, but it's not likely really, is it? 10 minutes. That's all it took. 10 minutes later, I was sat next to him and I just went, guess what? Found shiny. I'd found a shiny fungus. So that was a nice surprise. I've got a shiny fungus that I found incidentally in the same area on the same route 2 years prior in October 2021. I found that around the Halloween. It might have actually been on Halloween, I can't remember from the top of my head. So I've now got 2 of them. I think I've transferred that one up though into Pokémon Home. Anyway, after finding fungus, I said to myself, let's set out and reclaim a shiny. Let's reclaim a decade-long hunt. The day Pokemon X came out, I ran into a shiny Nosepass in a horde, and I think it was the first horde I'd ran into, and I didn't know which buttons correlated with which Pokemon on the screen. So like it says Nosepass, I was like, which one is that? And I messed up, I knocked it out, and I have never seen one again since. I was really annoyed with myself when I did that, because that was the second organic, I suppose, shiny that I'd found in the wild in my entire life. The one before that I found when I was a kid, so probably another 10 years earlier. That was a shiny unknown in gold, silver or crystal, and that one fled because it's got a high flee rate. So my first 2 shinies I found, I never actually caught them, excluding the Red Gyarados, of course. Not to be deterred, I then went back to Route 10 and started looking for hordes. I was going to find that yellow nose pass. I was going to find it. And about 300 encounters later, I did. And that's 300 of 5. So probably 60 hordes actually, which really isn't that bad at all. It appeared, I caught it. I didn't mess up this time. It was level 10 and a male. I decided to name him Juro, which I'm probably pronouncing wrong, but that's Japanese for the 10th son. And I thought that was a really appropriate nickname. I don't tend to nickname Pokemon anymore. I burnt through so many different names as a kid that they just kind of lost meaning. Juro, 10th son. He was level 10, a male Pokemon. I found him on Route 10, and it was the 10th month of the year, so I thought that that was really fitting, and I couldn't think of anything more apt, to be honest. I was quite happy. I decided to return to the melancholy path. I thought, let's have a look for a shiny Phantom, and I'm not kidding you, 5 encounters after finding Juro, 5, I ran into another shiny, and this one was a shiny Pumpkaboo, my absolute favourite shiny of all time. I've already got 3 shiny Pumpkaboo. I've got Midnight, who I hatched in August 2020 on either X or Omega Ruby. I can't remember which one because I was doing it simultaneously on both games. Midnight was the shiny that started me off shiny hunting. I remember thinking Pumpkaboo was absolutely adorable, and I thought, let's see what its shiny looks like, and I saw it and I fell in love immediately, and I was like, I need one, I need it, there's just no question. And I decided to hatch one, and about 100 eggs, just before 100 eggs in, I got her, and that was me hooked. That has now caused this. Seeing those black and purple pixels pop up on my screen made me go, I like this little dopamine hit, let's keep doing it. So we decided to carry on doing it, and here we are today. After Midnight, the second Pumpkaboo I found was on Shield. I found that one around Halloween as well. And then the third one that I got was on Pokemon Go. The third Pumpkaboo kind of counts, it kind of doesn't. It was on Pokemon Go. However, I had 1% battery left, and it was the end of Spotlight Hour with like 2 minutes left, and I didn't think I was going to catch it. So I'm counting it. And now I've got this one that I found. So that's 4 of them. I'm going to have myself a nice little Pumpkaboo patch and have lots and lots of purple and black pumpkins around, because it is the best shiny. It is a top tier, S tier shiny, and that's a fact. I've actually spent a lot of this last year hunting for a shiny Cyndaquil in the Virtual Console Crystal. I'm about 2,100 encounters in, and I've not found it yet, and I feel like I'm going slightly insane trying to find it, to be honest. I didn't think it was going to take this long. I started that hunt in March last year, and it is now January. As always, thanks for listening. If you've enjoyed this, feel free to give it a like, comment and subscribe if you feel that way inclined. And I will see you in the next one. Thanks for listening. Bye bye.